welcome back. It's been a little while. Spent the last few days working on my draft for the Liberty Baseball Association, and we have completed the draft, and we're going to take a look at the teams in the North today. So, let's start off with, this is also kind of my prediction at how they're going to finish in the standings. And I don't know if I mentioned in my introduction to the LBA video, the winner of each division is going to, they're going to go to a five-game championship series against each other. So that should be fun. But let's take a look here, and this is the New York Madhatters. So obviously they targeted starting pitching here, as they have no negatives in their pitching rotation. And they got a young 19-year-old pitched by 12 Richard Baker. He's going to be real good in the future, was their first overall pick. And then Michael Henderson, their second overall pick, another 12. One thing that might be a struggle for them is they have all righties in their rotation there. But they do, as you can see, have a solid amount of lefties in the pen, and still a really good pen, even though it doesn't need to be a great pen because they have such a deep starting rotation there. So yeah, and then obviously their hitting was kind of secondary, but yeah, their starting lineup, they got Lewis Coleman. He was a big pickup for him in the 4th round, as you can see when I drafted all these guys on the side here. So yeah, Lewis Coleman, big pickup for him. And you know, Stanley Green, shortstop. He was the first guy I actually drafted for position players. But yeah, solid on-base targets for everyone, and solid batters targets for everyone. So this should be a really good team. Next, I forgot to mention they have a team score of 35, which it seems low, but that's going to be pretty. That's actually the highest one in the league. So yeah, next team is the Minnesota Loons. I think it'll be second, and they just got a kind of solid all-around team, like just very consistent picks, as they kind of targeted position players, their starters obviously, but very consistent. Only two guys below 30 on base target. Nobody 21 or below in the batter's target. So yeah, they should be a fun team to see play out here. And they also have a really strong starting rotation and a pretty deep bullpen. They got 5 guys that are all positive pitch guys. So yeah, they should be a fun team. 3rd place, I believe, will be the Boston Whales. They 33 team score, and they are also a really consistent team. They went for the hitters, as they again have a lot of high batters targets, a lot of high on base targets. Their bullpen not quite as deep as some others, but if you go with Kenneth Miles to pitch 7-8, Muhammad Cummins to come in as the closer, after one of these guys who can probably consistently go 6 innings, yeah, they should be a fun team, and yeah, they'll be pretty good. So next up, and who I predict will be fourth will be the San Francisco Earthquakes. The Earthquakes are kind of a sleeper pick in my opinion, as they only have two guys who have an under 30 on base target, but then consistently high on base targets, and then quite a deep bullpen and a pretty solid starting rotation. So yeah, I think this will be a pretty decent team. Next is the Cleveland Rocks. They could be fun in the future. They have a lot of young guys, some old guys, but they got quite a few young guys who I see coming up and potentially being really good. For example, Sidney Spencer. I think he could be good. He's only 21, a -4. Parker Gaskins could even still go up a little bit. They're their third pitcher. Yeah, this will be it'll be an interesting team. They do not have a deep bullpen, but with a stamina plus Bobby Bell, I think they'll be a pretty solid team, and obviously not great hitting, but they should be all right. And their team scores are 26. And then 2018 score, Milwaukee Sturgeon. Unfortunately, these guys picked first, and they selected Philip Rogers, who will be a stud. He will definitely be a stud. He's only 24. Big batter's target, big on-base target, speed plus. So he'll be really good. But, oh, I forgot to mention this, why I never posted any rounds of the draft is because I started recording, and then it got really hard to keep track because I had multiple tabs open and had like a scratch paper I was writing on, so I figured it'd just be easier to go over the teams after I completed the draft. And obviously you can go back and pause on each of the teams if you want to see their full team, but obviously not a deep bullpen, not a super deep starting rotation. You know, I don't think Milwaukee will be too great this season. So yeah, that is the North Division, and let me know in the comments who you're cheering for. I'm gonna have a second video up, probably up while you're watching this right now. Go check it out about the South Division. So yeah, hope you enjoyed, and keep rolling on.